Hello, and welcome again to another episode of Battle Ready.
Indeed.
All right, today we thought we'd talk a little bit about personal interactions on the tabletop. We talked before a little bit about avoiding saltiness, right? How do you avoid being a poor sport? And now we want to take it sort of one step further, and that is, how do you enjoy losing?
You kill the other guy's stuff.
Well, then you might be winning.
Well, no, here's what happens. This is what I do. Battle round 3, it'll be pretty clear that I'm going to lose. I see a very, very unlikely Hail Mary. I've done this the last two 2K games. And I just go for it until battle round 5, and then I accept that I lose.
Then you accept it.
Fine.
So I think what I think we're getting at is it's one thing to not be a bad sport.
Yeah.
Just be, just avoid the nonsense. But the question is, can you, even if you're losing the game, you've got fewer points, can you still enjoy it? Can you actually derive joy from the experience, even as you lose?
Yes, because I have experienced this far more recently than this guy has.
Well, I got to tell you something about that later. We made a mistake in a game, and I think maybe I'd have to look at the game again, but I think you probably were deprived of a win that you should have been yours. But anyway, we'll get to that later. So I think the answer is clearly yes. You should be able to enjoy losing. And one of the things I thought of when I was thinking about this was role-playing games. Because in role-playing games, like D&D, you've got a bunch of players and then one dungeon master, and he plays. Are you the dungeon master?
Oh yeah, that's cool. I've got like 2, maybe 3 going on.
That's cool. And that player is like in charge of all the monsters and the scenery and all that sort of stuff.
That's my favorite part, is killing
them. Well, that's a good question, right? So I was the dungeon master for much of my role-playing days with my friends, and we had a really good time. But I frequently, always lost. Like the players would often, almost always, a couple times, you gotta throw in a couple challenges here and there. But almost always the players would triumph and they'd save the thing, the relic, and they'd kill the dragon or whatever it is. And even though they defeated me every time, I never felt bad. In fact, I was pretty excited because we had all together created a really cool story with cool moments and cool memories. And I think that same idea can be taken and applied to Warhammer, right? Because even though there is a winner and a loser, right? Somebody does get more points. And so that in that way, it's a little bit separated from a role-playing game. I think that if the focus, instead of getting points, is on the story being told on the table, right? Who's killing who? What units are being good or being bad? Who was the VIP or the MVP for this battle? The VIP MVP, right? And then who was supposed to be good, and the dice decided they sucked this game, right? No, I mean the character, the models on the table. Besides, you've got great luck.
This is true.
And I think that's, for me, that's where you get yourself immersed in the story that's being created. That you and the other player, your opponent, but you and the other guy are creating a narrative story. And there's a way to score it at the end. And you want to use tactics and stuff, right? You don't want to just go complete role-less D&D where you're just telling a cooperative story. That role-playing for that. That's not Warhammer. But I feel like if the focus is there, then whether I end up with the most victory points or the fewest is super awesome. Because we've had games where I think I rarely remember who wins or loses a game, but I can remember the Carnosaur Killer.
Yeah, from before we started recording.
Right? I can remember games where crazy stuff happened. And like the Carnosaur Killer was what's the stabby guy that's not even in Nightline anymore?
Horse guy.
The horse guys. Glaive Wraiths?
Glaive Wraith Stalkers.
Glaive Wraiths.
I remember that just because I played Stormforge.
So the Glaive Wraith, Drake was playing the Night Hunt, and one single Glaive Wraith was up against my Carnosaur. I was Seraphon. And the Glaive Wraith got him, killed the Carnosaur. And so that's such a cool story. And I wasn't mad. I didn't cry. I didn't kick rocks.
Mainly because we don't have rocks in here.
That's right, we don't. It's a good thing too. No, but I didn't pout because my Carnosaur had died. We came up with a name of the Carnosaur Killer, and it's something that we've remembered for years now. So, I think that's the important point. Is you can't get focused on
A win.
I need the most points. The focus is on like what are the cool things happening on the tabletop.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
Pretty much, I concur. I concur.
Well, what were you saying about third round and fifth round type stuff?
I feel like third round, I know in my heart that I'm gonna lose, but I'm like, no, I'll be fine. Fine. And then fifth round, like, oh, I wasn't fine.
Well,
It's not fine.
There's something to be said for that too, because I think there have definitely been times when it looks like I'm behind, and then by the fourth or fifth battle round, I've caught up.
Yeah.
And it's certainly been the other way as well, right? So I think if you're too invested in the points, you can get real down on yourself. You're like, oh, I just got doubled in round 2. I feel like things are getting hard here. He's still got so much of his army left, and I've only got a little bit. But more often than you would think, I mean, sometimes you are lost at that point, right? That does happen. But more often than you would think, I feel like there are ways to come back. And maybe not every way to come back gets you all the way to victory, but you get close.
Yep.
You get
especially if Nagash can get your army back.
Yeah, well, Nagash, you never really lose your army when you have Nagash. He's gonna bring some back for you. But yeah, I feel like there's always that opportunity, and so playing it out is really good. And I also feel like if you take that mentality where instead of saying, "Oh, battle round 3, I lost. Let's pack it up. This is over."
Yeah.
And instead you said, "Well, I'm in a bad spot.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna see what I can do."
Yeah.
Because not only will you surprise yourself sometimes, but also I feel like when that happens to me, I feel sort of like I'm playing with the house's money. Do you know what that means?
Something about casinos and gambling.
Yeah. So let's say I go to a casino and I gamble and I win the first one, right?
Leave.
Yeah, maybe. But now I put my own money back in my pocket.
Sure.
And I take the money I won.
Yeah.
And I gamble that.
Okay.
So I'm gambling with that. It was money that wasn't mine to begin with, right?
Okay.
So now I'm gambling with the house in the casino.
Yeah.
I'm gambling with the house's money. And so I sort of feel like that when we're in that situation where it's like, well, I probably lost anyway. I might as well just go for something cool because, it's not like, oh, I've got a slim lead and I need to take every tactical advantage. I need to think about this in the most gamey terms in order to pull out the victory. No, you just feel like, well, I already lost. Let's just go head on into your general. If I can kill him, then at least I get a moral victory.
Yeah.
Right?
Get caught for 2 points.
So I definitely think there's stuff like that. And I think finding the joy there, finding a place where you love the game, whether you're winning or losing, right? It's still fun either way. Because I feel like it's always or almost always fun when you're winning.
Yeah.
And when you're winning, times are great.
Yeah.
Times are great. When you're losing, yes, you avoid the saltiness, but if you can find the joy in losing, I think it's going to make this experience so much better.
Yeah.
And one thing I will say is, so Drake has a younger sister that plays games a little bit.
Yeah.
She's getting better as she's getting older, but when she was younger, oh my gosh, she did not like to lose.
Did you not?
Do you not remember?
No.
Oh my gosh, we couldn't even play games with her. Because if she lost, the pouting and the crying and it was a whole thing. And so you can contrast that with Drake. Even when he was younger, I mean, he would get upset a little bit when he lost because he was young, like as a young kid.
Yeah.
Right. But he would still go through it because he was having fun up until that point, and losing at the end was like maybe the price you had to pay to have fun up until that point. But it's a good contrast because now Drake can play basically anything.
Yes.
We'll play the meanest board games there are, and Drake has a good time, whether he wins or loses.
Intrigue.
Yeah, stuff like that. Whereas his sister, we're still, she's getting better for sure, but we're a little bit more selective on the types of games we play.
More bongo.
More games where there's the less interaction, the better. The less killing and destroying, the better. And then if there is killing and destroying or lying or something like that, we try to rein that in, makes it impossible for her.
I feel like Adrenaline went pretty well.
Yeah, Adrenaline did go pretty well. But because of that, I mean, the whole point of that story is that Drake can get more fun and get more experiences and play more types of games because he has learned that the game is the fun thing, not the winning.
Yeah.
Right? Who cares? Nobody cares.
Yeah.
There's no money on the line. There's no medals being given out. Who cares? And so if you can just enjoy the game and find those times, even if you're losing, be like, all right, it's moral victory time. I'm going to see what I can do here, right? All of those things are very, very good. And I think ultimately, if you and your opponent are having a good time, no matter the consequence, you're going to play a lot more.
Yeah.
Because if you have an opponent who only likes it when they win, well, you're not going to want to play with them as much.
Yeah.
Because you know when you win, you're actually in for a bad time.
Yeah.
Right. And on the other hand, if you can't handle losing, then you only get to have fun half the time you play the game.
Yeah.
Right. And so it's like, I'll play a video game instead.
Yeah.
Right. So
harder to lose those.
It is harder to lose. Well, especially because you can change the difficulty on a video game.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, I think that more than just avoiding saltiness, I think the real challenge and the thing everybody should strive for is finding a way to still have a blast, even if you have fewer victory points. Because who cares?
Yeah.
Who cares about victory points? Get some fun memories on the table. Take some crazy actions. Try a Hail Mary when appropriate, when it's needed, and see what comes of it. Final thoughts?
I think we got it.
All right. Let us know in the comments below what you think. How often do you enjoy losing? Or are you able to still find enjoyment even though you're losing? Or are you, is that something you're still working on? This has been another episode of Battle Ready.
Ready.
Thanks so much for watching.